coffee in a coffee shop loaded with African Americans, and we all celebrated together about this railroading, this sham, this politically motivated charges against my man, the Puffy. Puff Daddy didn't do anything wrong. It's another thing, just like they did to R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. It's this assault and the blackmail. You are singling people out. Puff Daddy had some parties, that's true. Freakoffs. The Freakoffs are on again. There'll be one scheduled next month. Only thing my Puff got caught with, and Trump already said he's going to let him go on this because he feels him, and that is the prostitution charges. I mean, come on. They're twisting words around, manipulating things. They're groupies or prostitutes. Trump is gonna pardon Puffy because, hey Melanie, because Puffy, the Freakoffs are back on again. You may want to keep an eye on your husband. I know I want to go to one. God damn, I listened to some of that testimony. Holy shit. What straight male in this world wouldn't have wanted to bed to a Freakoff? I mean, I'm pretty sure that the defense attorneys, you made sure that you want to make sure those people on that jury that like to party. There wasn't anybody there that didn't want to be, including the girl that they called prostitute. That's bullshit. What's a prostitute anyway? I mean, I got bent over in a legal marriage worse than any prostitute ever charged. I think they need to drop this terminology on this stuff. The Puff Daddy beat all charges but two. They got him on basically a parking ticket. Yeah. Yeah, right on. That is true talent. Thank you, Bulging Battery. Oh, it's a celebration. This is a very heavily populated African-American place. I just had a coffee in a all-black coffee shop because I wanted to come down here and say, rock the Puff. At first, they looked at me like, what is this white motherfucker? Man, we're trying to be cool about this shit. And then I started talking about my support for Puffy, and I got a free coffee. I shit you not. Money talks. No, Trump's going to pardon him. Trump said, hey, I'm running this whole damn shtick. It's be like my buddy Mark Kropka getting caught in a horror house. I'm going to pardon him, too, if I'm running Canada. I mean, Trump already paid off a damn porno prostitute movie star to campaign funds. You think he gives a shit about prostitutes? What a bullshit charge, man. They're bringing over fentanyl by the goddamn freighter full, train loads full of it, meth, crack, and you're out there trying to arrest guys for wanting to party. Party. Right on, Ray. Party. The Puff is just having a good time, man. A freak off. Shit, I know, Ray, you'd like to be one of those things. Did you listen to some of that testimony? It's like, holy shit, man, I'm jealous. Shit, Puff didn't kill anybody. There's no missing chopped up body parts. None of this shit. He likes to party. You can't take white standards and apply them to white crime and charge a black guy with it. It's not fair. Puffy has a right to party. I'll tell you one thing. His lawyer, hey Clay, yeah, laid back. I'll tell you one thing. Puffy got a good legal team, didn't he? They twisted that shit around worse than the damn prosecutors. I can't figure out either why a liberal area, New York, would have it in for Puff. He beat what I consider I don't know how you get acquitted of sex trafficking and then you get busted on prostitution. Will somebody explain that to me? I talked to my buddy Ray in Detroit and Clay. He's retired now, and I said, hey guys, what's the difference? They said they didn't know. I said, I'm going to ask you guys point blank, if you had a chance to go to one of those freak-offs and you weren't going to get busted, no hidden cameras, none of that shit, would you go? We all unanimously said yes at the same time. Oh, yeah. Booze, girls, music, king crab legs, fondue. The choicest strawberries in the world dipped in Godiva chocolate. Handed to us by hot-looking strippers. I mean, shit. Get me on that jury. Crime? Where? The only crime and my buddy Clay agreed on that was we weren't invited. I mean, this is one to risk your marriage over. 50, 60 girls in their young 20s running around bikinis all drunk. Does it get any better than that? No, Jamie, you got to give Puff has been framed. It's another example of the white man taking the black African American successful media magnate and turning him into a criminal because he likes to have a freak off. Yeah. Yeah, man, he's just partying, so what? There was no dead bodies. Man, you gotta give old Puffy credit for this. The girls were not underage. He made sure they were 18 plus. Well, Puffy's got morals. Yeah. Yeah, I say, hey, Chris, man, Puffy damn near went away over some bullshit. That's the street lingo. Puff's going to be hobnobbing. Trump said, I'm going to pardon him for these bullshit prostitution charges. I mean, that's nothing. Ruin a guy's career for paying for it? Fuck. You pay for it one way or the other anyway. That's another episode. As I said, I'm in a very heavily concentrated African community. I just got a free coffee. When in Rome, do as the Roman do. Because it was all blacks. And I said, oh, thank God. There's a God, there's justice. And they looked at me like, is this for real? I said, Puff shouldn't have got charged. And they all smiled. No, Justin Bieber said no. Justin Bieber said he only sucked his cock once, and that was for the original record deal. They tried to get my man Michael Jackson on this similar bullshit. Yeah, he's a little weird, eccentric, you like kids, you know. And one kid saw his nuts when he did a handstand on a giant blowed up mattress, you know, one of those things that you like. It's not really a mattress. Kids jump on them. That's it. There was no blowjobs, there was no sex, there was no porn, no drugs, no drinking. And my man Michael Jackson beat that bullshit too. All he was is a nice, kind of weird guy having kids over for a sleepover. That's it. That doesn't make you a pervert or a pedophile. Not guilty. Party time. Absolutely, Stephen. I'll tell you one thing, man. I mean, they talk about Lollapalooza and all this bullshit and Woodstock. I want a ticket for Freakoff. I don't give a shit what it costs. That's it, Stephen. My man Puffy, man. This is a celebration for the black African American that likes to party. You can't get charged by white people and have white jurors and expect a good outcome. But today it happened. The most serious charges. Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at the TV screen and I'm saying to myself, prostitution charges, man, I could have got fucking charged with that myself 500 times. I mean, what's prostitution anyway? Will somebody explain that to me? I'll tell you what it is. It's one of the few agreements that you have in life where you know what you're getting. It's not a crime. They don't think it's a crime when you meet some woman, she just bullshits you blind, is a total fraud, takes you for half all your shit, and it was a con job from the beginning. That's no crime? No, they say that's a divorce. Leave Puffy alone. Puffy needs to rock, man. It's the oldest profession, man. I mean, it's fucking bullshit, man. It's as honest as a relationship will ever get. Marriage is what clouds the shit up. That's the real crime. I think my ex-wife should have been charged with a fucking crime. That bitch tricked my ass for over 38 years. Now, if that ain't a fucking crime, what is? Has a new guy move in. I paid for all the shit. Get some lawyer to like twist the shit around, make me look bad. Her lawyer actually made me look like a irresponsible, philandering porno addict that abandoned her. I'll plead guilty to half of that's true. I didn't abandon her ass, man. I left her because I couldn't stand her anymore. That's different. Shit, yeah. Fuck yeah, you need to party more. Nah, it wasn't overturned. What happened on the Bill Cosby thing? Here's another thing too. Now, you white racist out there, you need to like calm your ass down. What happened is there was a prosecutor that had worked out a deal with him, and he said, "Look, if you do this, we'll do this." Well, that kind of got lost in the thousands of pages of transcripts, and he paid a couple Jews to go through it. And these motherfuckers are experts at this shit. I mean, like my dad used to tell me when I was a kid, this is how he would explain things to me. It's like, hey, Dad, there's a guy that works on helicopters. And Dad would always explain it on this. He said, that guy that works on those helicopters, he'd rather work on helicopters than fuck. And that kind of made me really realize that there are people out there that they're so good into what they do. That's a good example. And I thought, wow, they'd rather work on helicopters than fuck. Holy shit, he must be really good at it. Well, moving on, Jews in the legal system. They hired a couple smart Jews. They went through these pages of fucking shit that would just bore the shit out of a normal guy. And one of them found this agreement from, 4 or 5 years ago back. Said, hey, wait a second. You guys, get this fucking thing out of here. Turn that thing off. He said, you guys offered this deal. That's why Bill Cosby got out of it. It wasn't a technicality. It was an agreement. If you don't like Bill Cosby, it was a technicality. If you're interested in the legal system, he got out because he should have got out. Yeah, nobody's letting these people out for no reason. They shouldn't have given him the offer. Party, Bill. Let's rock and shit. That's another thing I think's bullshit too. Now look, I'm not against violence against women. Not at all. I'm not. I don't think you should ever touch women. You don't. Maybe some hard spanking on the ass if they're into it. But I wouldn't consider that violence. That's something they asked for. If you consent to it, it's no longer violence. But anyway, back to the point. I'm totally against any violence towards women. I really am. I'm not shitting. I'm totally against it. Now, there's been a couple times I wanted to crack a couple of them, don't get me wrong. And they deserved it. But I didn't do it because I knew it was against the law. And it pissed me off so goddamn bad. I said, Tom, calm down, breathe out. This is temporary. You'll probably be banging around midnight tonight. Don't fuck this up. And then the motion went away. Yeah, Duke lacrosse bullshit. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, another lying complainant. Lying prosecutors, too. That cost him his career. Yeah. Let me tell you, these New York federal prosecutors, they don't have one egg on their face. They have the whole fucking omelet. They look super bad. They're super bad. I'm going to have to look at the bios of the legal team. I bet there's at least half smart Jews. Yeah, Duke lacrosse. Yeah, more fucking bullshit. Same with that old tramp that nailed that one Kennedy said raped her on the beach. The one that kind of looked like Alfred E. Newman about 25 years ago? Yeah, it's bullshit, man. If you've got money and you're popular, and he's a doctor, stay away from these fucking tramps. I mean, let's say I wasn't if I didn't know a lot. At this stage of the game, when I first started getting all those subscribers, you got these crazy bitches coming out of the woodwork everywhere. And I was smart enough, I give myself credit for this. And it also helped that they were all fat, ugly, and old, that I never took the bait on any of that shit. Because I'd probably be socked away for 100 years. They'll take two of these behemoths that don't like you weren't interested in dating them, and they'll get both of them to come in there. They'll make them go to Weight Watchers, get fucking gastric bypass. They'll fucking shave off about 100 pounds of each ass cheek, dye their hair, put some fucking makeup for the first time on 25 years, hold a Bible, and then make up a bunch of shit that I never even did. That's right. That's right. Make up a bunch of bullshit I didn't even do. Before you know it, they're crying crocodile tears. I'm looking at like a guy that just goes around abusing people, and I get 50 years over made up, trumped up horseshit. Yeah, it's not fair. I'm glad this jury saw through this shit today. Railroading. It's the same with granting immunity too. Yeah, granting. They'll take the biggest scumbag in the world, grant him or her immunity, and they will bury your ass. They don't get charged with anything, and then they tell some truth and then make up a bunch of shit and get you sent away for the rest of your life. It's bullshit. It shouldn't be allowed. It's not fair. Wow, Puffy came through, man. Puff. Yeah, P. Diddy. Back to the Freakoffs and shit. These are private parties, too. Leave them alone. Yeah, just don't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to hang out with them, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a straight male that likes attractive slim women. I'm tired of getting thrown under the bus for this bullshit. Like I said the other day, I'm not, the worst person in the world because I comment on the obvious. Evidently, it's not just me, because if you've ever been into a strip club or watched a porno movie, hey, hello, no fat girls. Oh, I can't say that. I mean, plus size. Yeah, how's that? Does it feel better? Yeah, shit, yeah, man. I buy them gas, change their flat tires. That's where I draw the line. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. It's my choice. I don't like green beans, man. You know, it's not because a green bean abused me as a child. I just don't like things sometimes. No big, long explanation as to why. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I know it's a little out there. I mean, not really, though. I mean, this is a life experience. This is empirical observation, man. This is what I've learned and my take on it. Take it or leave it. Now, I know that I'm never going to be asked to speak at any Boy Scout convention or, getting the key to any city. Fuck, no, never happen. You gotta suck too many asses for that. No way. Yeah, but that doesn't really, I mean, I can afford, here's the thing, I say this all the time, I can afford to be honest now. Because I'm not running for office, I don't need a job. So, do you think I was this way when I was in business? Fuck no. I was in a goddamn back row like a church mouse. Shutting the fuck up 99% of the time, not anymore. I think this is years of being stifled. And I got sick of it. And now it's time to party, motherfuckers. Right on, thank you. No, I had to suck fucking plenty of ass myself. Are you kidding me, man? And it finally got to the point where I was about my mid-30s and I just couldn't fucking take it anymore, to tell you the truth. I mean, it may have something to do with mental illness. I think it could. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I'll tell you why. Let me give you an example. I mean, I'm actually fucking killing it as a goddamn private detective, man. I mean, I was printing fucking money. I'm not shitting you. I'd like to tell you it's because I'm smart or a great worker. None of that. Fucking lucky. Right time, right place. No shit. It's like falling out of a bucket of shit into a pile of roses. I swear to God. So, I'm really making a ton of fucking money. And one of my customers was General Motors. The money in PI work was disability and shit, catching people bowling and shit when they shouldn't. It wasn't all this TV show shit, murders, good-looking broads. That's a crock of shit. The nuts and bolts of where the bucks is surveillance, lots of it. There was a time when I had 13 guys a day doing surveillance for about, let's say in today's standards, for about this is today's standards, for about $140 each, and I would be charging $1,500. So do the math, and this went on for fucking years. So General Motors, they were basically bought off by a place called R.L. Weiniger. They were in Detroit. And he was a big fat fucking addicted gambler. That I give him credit for this. He knew how to get in with the General Motors brand. That's why I was glad when they went out of business. Not for the employees or the stockholders, but for the motherfuckers that were running that place. They deserved it. I hope they're all shanking cock for $1 a day. I mean, they were the most corrupt, underhanded motherfuckers in the world. So anyway, I'm doing work for GM. By this time, I'm making tons of money. I got my house is paid off. I got airplanes, fucking good-looking wife. I mean, life could have been better. Fucking lobster tails whenever I want them. And General Motors is just fucking hard to deal with. Always fucking bitching about something. I knew I was getting like one case for every 10 cases this other fucking place was getting. So I'm half pissed out of the gate. So finally they call one day, and I read this book about 99% of your problems are from 1% of your customers. I thought, yeah, fuck yeah, that sounds about right. And I thought right away, General Motors. Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
Okay.
Good. Did you hear Puffy got off?
What?
Puffy got off.
Puffy?
Puffy, you know, the singer? He beat all the charges but 2. You know, the rapper?
Oh, no, actually, no.
Oh, well, good for you. Yeah.
No, I only know my maybe the most famous
Oh.
ones, but that's not what I'm into.
Oh, me either, but I just happened to see it on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Sister Mark?
Sad for anybody.
Yeah, it is sad.
Family.
Yeah, no, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dealing with a friend who will probably not be here anymore next week.
Oh, how old?
84.
Oh.
84. Brain cancer.
Oh, sorry about that.
In the house right now.
Oh, she's got a good friend in you then.
She has lots of good friends.
Oh, good. That's sad, but
She founded the Plaza Arts Center.
Yeah.
There, she, among other people, she didn't do it single-handedly, but she was
yeah. Oh, and how long?
It's been because of the bee. Okay, my son was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer 6 weeks after his wedding.
Oh my God.
And 8 years later, he finally died.
Oh my God.
8
Sorry to hear
years.
this.
I know, so I don't know. This could be, but they said she's on her last line.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry for your son.
You know, God, if you wanted it, just take him.
Yeah.
Him. You
No,
know,
right
it's
now.
just-
I'm sorry for that.
I don't have to hang out
Life's
with
not
him.
fair.
It's not.
No, I
It's
know.
not. Oh, sometimes when God is good.
Oh.
Always good. Because God is good all the time. All the time God is good or something.
Yeah. No, it doesn't seem like it.
Sometimes questions.
No, I agree with you.
I'm Susan Larson.
Oh, my name's Tom Reed.
Tom.
Reed, R-E-E-D. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about all that.
Friends with everybody here.
No, I'm going to go in there and look around now. I've been here before, not in a while though.
Okay, my book's in there.
Oh, it is? What's your book?
It's a collection. I was a columnist for about 20 years.
Oh, I'm going to buy it for sure then.
It's just a collection of my favorite columns.
Oh, what's your name?
Susan Larson.
All right, who'd you write for?
Well, I wrote for the Gwinnett Daily Post, partly for AJC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yeah.
I with them first. Then I went with Gwinnett Daily Post because it paid me. Anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
that's a
did
good
that,
reason.
but it's human interest, you know. It does say on the
No, I like
cover-
that.
It says on the cover, you know, columnist of Gwinnett Daily Post, so it makes it sound like I wrote about Gwinnett County.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I wrote about people everywhere.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to get it for sure. I'm going to buy it.
Please.
I will. And you have a degree in journalism?
No.
Were you a good student in high school?
Yes.
Okay, that's where the writing skills came from.
Maybe. My math score was 720, but my verbal was not that good.
Interesting.
My SAT.
Well, it didn't matter, did it?
I was going to be an engineer. That's what I wanted to be, and I ended up being a writer.
Well, good for you. I'm going to buy it for sure.
It's really funny. Poetry. There's a connection between poetry and engineering.
Absolutely.
There
Yeah, I know.
is.
I know.
And I wrote a column about that, actually.
Why
because,
not?
Georgia Tech, I don't know whether you know.
I do.
I did write. You know Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
Okay. It is the poetry hub of the state.
I didn't know that either.
Chair, I think you can get a degree in poetry at Georgia Tech.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really, you can. And my husband, who was a Georgia Tech engineer, he explained this to me a couple of times, you know, just about the logic, the making things work,
Yeah.
all that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And so this Thomas Lux, he passed away years ago. It's too bad because he was such a vibrant, colorful poet.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've given them good press out here too. So.
Wow.
But what we used to do here, I was on the founding whatever group
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then things just doing other things.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
Yeah, that happens.
Right.
Anyway, but when we started, we used to have poetry readings here on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, the people who turned out. It was amazing. We had everything from making middle school kids to established poets, and I don't know if you remember George Hiring.
No, I've only lived here 3 years, but I'm from Detroit.
Oh, you're from Detroit? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. He was in his 80s, well into his 80s when he passed away, but I mean, he was a master poet. I mean,
Really?
he had awards, and he had several books of poetry, and he would be one of them. And then this Dr. DeRuger, he wrote poetry too. It was really delightful. But people just of all ages just came and read poetry. And we had one of my favorites was this lady who was 91, and she read a poem that her husband wrote for her when they were freshmen in college.
Oh.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
It was
Now,
wonderful.
are you from here then?
No.
Have you crossed paths with Alice Walker?
No, only indirectly. No.
Gotcha. She doesn't get back here much, does she?
Those things are supposed to be on the bypass.
Yeah, the other road they are. You're
Supposed to
right.
be on the
I know.
bypass, and I feel like
They need a ticket.
I need to throw tomatoes in.
Yeah, you should.
Something.
I'd like to throw one.
It really is.
I know.
It's irritating. You can't just sit here. And
No.
talk.
That's why they're supposed to go on the bypass. Yeah, you're right.
They're supposed to.
They need a ticket.
They should be ticketed.
Yeah,
they
I
really
agree.
should get their license. And
That'll
just
teach
ticket them. But anyway, Alice Walker, what was there? Oh, I live within walking distance of her church and her house.
Oh, now does she get back here much?
I don't think so. She came back for her 70th birthday,
Yeah.
I think, and there was something else.
So there's no big shindig for her?
There was. Oh, that's huge, yeah. They did have a big shindig
Okay.
for her. Oh, yeah, she's very celebrated here. Yeah, but she lived way out, well, you're probably not familiar with this, but out by the lake. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
She lived up the lake, which is,
Yeah.
I'd
I'd go through there on my way here.
Oh, you
I
do?
live in Crawfordville. I hate driving through there.
Oh, Crawfordville. I just had my grand tour of Crawfordville last week.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Yeah, you live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you go shopping?
Yeah, where do I go
Yeah,
shopping?
I know.
Good question. I'll tell you where, Athens and Augusta. That's the only downside.
Well, yeah, it is because she's my friend and cleaning lady both. She's been my cleaning lady for about 15 years. But
Oh.
anyway, we're friends too.
Yeah.
So anyway, she took me to Heavy's.
Yeah, it's the worst place I've ever eaten.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I honestly, that's my opinion. I mean, and I like barbecue. You know, that was in that movie,
Oh, yeah,
Sweet
it's in
Home
that
Alabama.
movie, yes.
But I did not care for their food.
Oh,
Did you like it?
I just went once. Yeah, it was okay. It was. I really liked their coleslaw. They gave me 3 times as much barbecue as I could eat. I mean,
Yeah,
I thought I'd rather paid half as much and gotten half as much.
Do you ever go to Madison?
Yep.
Tickled Pig. If you like barbecue,
No, I haven't
the
been
Tickled
there.
Pig.
Oh.
It's over near the railroad tracks.
Oh.
The
haven't been
best.
there.
The best. Yeah, try it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next time I'm in Madison.
Does your cleaning lady come down from Crawfordville to here?
From Siloam.
Yeah, close. Yeah, Siloam, yeah.
Siloam.
I got a liquor
Well,
store
to the
there.
lake.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
I hate driving through that Lake of Coney.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we do too. I mean, it was country.
Yeah.
That light at 44 and Harmony.
Yeah.
There was no light when we moved here. Or
Oh,
when
my
we first
God.
came out, I'm sorry, we came out this weekend initially, but there was no light there. There was no McDonald's. There
No,
was just-
I wish it was
just-
still no McDonald's.
I know.
How long you lived here?
I've lived here, let's see, we moved here at 12, so I've lived here 13 years.
Oh, good. You like it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Where are you from?
Well, originally Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I love it. I'm from, Detroit. It's right down the road.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Erie's got a rich history.
I just learned that Lake Erie touches Michigan.
Yeah.
I grew up there. They never
A lot
taught
of it.
us-
A lot of it.
They never taught us that in geography
Yeah,
class. I thought it stopped at Ohio. You know?
It's the shallowest of all the lakes.
It's the most shallow, yeah.
A lot of people drown, and they have a lot of problem with algae bloom. Well, you must have went to Cedar Point as a kid, didn't you?
No,
Sandusky, Ohio?
no.
Yeah, that's right on Lake Erie.
No, remember, we went to some amusement park.
Yeah, that was
Was
it.
that it?
Yeah,
I went
yeah,
to there.
yeah, yeah.
That was it, okay. I think it maybe had a different name back then.
No, same. Yeah, Cedar Point.
Same, okay.
I like that area. I mean, it's a crappy lake compared to like the other ones.
Yeah.
But it's still got a rich history.
Oh, yeah.
Big, huge corridor for migrating birds.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, ducks particularly.
Yeah.
I love Lake Erie. I went to junior college in Monroe. I got my pilot's license down there too, in Monroe.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Fun.
yeah, yeah.
But everything's gotten so expensive now.
You know.
You got to be rich to have an airplane. Back then you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
You still write? You still write?
I still write. No, I was writing for the Eatonton Messenger when I moved here.
Yeah.
But again, they weren't paying me. But the thing is, what was beautiful, what was really great about it for me,
Yeah.
was that I was new here.
Yeah.
And I was going around trying to find something to write about.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting, some of the things I came up with.
Oh,
and
no, this is paradise for photography and
yeah.
writing.
And I had people who said, people in the 80s who said, I've lived here my whole life, and I never knew that.
No, that's how I am. Yeah,
Now you know it.
You're curious.
Now you know it.
Yeah, you're curious.
I just found out things. So it was fun.
What did
And
hubby
just-
do? What's your husband do? What did he do for himself?
He is in an urn in our office sitting on his
Oh,
desk.
sorry about that. What did he do for his
He was
career?
an electrical engineer
Oh, full time?
and poet.
Oh,
and poet.
gotcha. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, but I mean, so he actually worked in the field his whole life as an electrical engineer?
Yeah.
Wow, good for
And he
him.
got a patent, and he was in the Air Force. And,
Yeah, there was a guy from Erie. You remember the Hagel boiler? He made a boiling system like in 1870. He was from Erie.
Oh,
Yeah, super famous patent.
Yeah.
You see him in a lot of farmhouses.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
My husband was actually from Wisconsin.
That's a good
farm
state
boy.
too.
Yes.
Oh, good. Did you get any of that cheddar cheese from up there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yes.
the best.
Drive up there just to get, well, not just to get cheese curds, but
No, it's-
anytime we went up there, we had to come back with a freezer full
Yeah.
of cheese
They still,
curds.
the big producers. There's
Oh,
there's
yeah.
Grande Cheese, huge company up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
you-
His relatives were dairy farmers. His
Oh,
dad,
wow.
his grandfather was a dairy farmer because he used to spend summers at his grandfather's farm.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, Eli had a good life, didn't he?
somewhat, yeah. But he was also a poet. I have a stack.
Published?
No.
All right. Well, you liked him though, didn't you?
Some of them were kind of obscure.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. How's your day going?
Yeah, some were a little obscure. But anyway, but the thing is,
I like obscure.
we have a stack this high. I'm not exaggerating. I should take a picture of this because people think I'm exaggerating.
No, I don't think you
But
are.
the ones on the bottom
Yeah.
are written in pencil on notebook paper
Yeah, that's
when he
good.
was in high school.
Unbelievable.
That's all this stuff.
You married a real gem, didn't you?
Well, I did, but we read each other poetry.
You did.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like bad spots in your marriage?
No,
Good for you.
no. I mean, we had sad things happen. But
Yeah.
but not,
But you never thought about getting divorced?
oh, no.
Good for you.
Gosh.
Yeah, I wish I'd have thought like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got divorced. I shouldn't have got married, but.
Well, we each got divorced the first year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you learned a lot then.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd get married at this age.
Oh, no. No, I'm kind of enjoying my freedom.
That's how
in
I
a
am.
way.
Freedom is right, man.
'Cause, yeah,
It shouldn't be
'cause-
freedom, though, if the marriage was good. It should be
Well,
sadness.
He was, the last couple of years, I mean, his heart was really bad.
Yeah,
Okay, his
yeah.
health had issues and everything. He'd
Right.
get up in the morning,
Yeah.
shave and shower and
Yeah.
everything. He'd make his own breakfast because I didn't do bacon and eggs. That's whatever. Do make your own breakfast.
Yeah, gotcha.
He would sit down in front of the TV, turn it on, and fall asleep. That's what he did. I mean, he was so worn out. That's
Yeah.
all- and he did.
And how old was he when he died?
79.
Well, that's a full life.
Almost made it to 80. Almost. But yeah, but really, the quality of life, because when he was in the hospital, he
Yeah.
was supposed to get this valve.
Yeah.
Okay. Just brand new. I mean, it had been used, I don't know, maybe a year or something. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, they call him the night before and say, we can't do it because your heart's too big. And he had a big heart, but everywhere.
Oh, yeah, right.
Said, okay, we can't do it. So, okay, a couple of weeks later, he gets another call. They said, we'll report to the hospital. So,
Yeah.
in Atlanta, and they said, whatever. They developed a bigger valve. So he was the first person in the world to get the bigger valve.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, history, okay?
Yeah.
And the doctor, Doogie Howser, was the first one to put it in.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Because after it was over, I'm sitting in the conference room, and Doogie Howser just bounces in like he's
Seriously?
walking on air. Yeah, seriously. He was just so thrilled. He said it just went so well. He says, one thing went right. He says it was.
Was it artificial or pig?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Huh.
It was a valve.
Yeah.
That's all I know is it was a valve. Okay, so they were going to let him go home a day early, which would have been the very next day.
Yeah.
The very next day, he had a stroke.
Oh, well, that can happen. Blood clot, probably.
Yeah, anyway, but yeah.
But 79, I mean, you can't complain. I mean, it's sad, I know.
No, it is sad. It is sad, but he was just so excited he was going to get. Now, this maybe sounds. Because I have a bum foot. I have a handicap tag for my car.
Yeah.
Well, he was all excited because sometimes he would borrow my handicap
Yeah.
tag.
You can park closer.
Yeah, park closer. So anyway, he was going to get his own handicap tag, and he was so excited about that. And then he just went to the next door. Just so anyway, but if he had stayed alive, well, they told me, they said they put him on a ventilator, okay, and it didn't work. They said they could try it again, but they said his brain would just be.
Yeah.
I said, why? Why would you do that? Why would you even make that offer?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, right. That makes sense.
I don't want him sitting in a nursing home. Oh, and he had
I hope I never am.
He had a feeding tube he had put in because he tried to pull out the feeding
tube.
So anyway, the feeding tube, his hands are in restraints.
Yeah.
Do I want him sitting in a nursing home like that for the rest of his life?
No.
Why would you even make that offer?
Man, that's our culture.
I guess it is. I guess they keep
palliative care, they call it.
Yeah, keep them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are better. I mean, for him, and it just.
I think it is too.
Because I could not have taken care of him.
No, but you imagine, like, death's part of the life cycle, right?
That's right.
So, can you imagine if you lived forever? No, me neither. No, same here. No way. I do not want to be 100.
No. I'm dealing with a death right now. Plaza Arts Center.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
Dr. McLean started. She was one of the founders of it.
Yeah.
Okay, she among other people.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's in hospice right now, and she was probably has a week to go. She's 84.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
She was given.
I don't get sad like I used to once I became informed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could live forever. What could be worse? You know what I mean? You'd have everything, and you're not going to die.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you this: do you think there's any link to good poetry and depression?
Possibly.
Yeah, I do too.
Possibly, because he was the. What do I call him? He was the. He thought he was the black sheep in the family, but then I have it. Okay, there was the sister, and then 5 brothers.
Yeah.
5 little boys.
Yeah.
So anyway, but the 2 middle child, I remember talking with the other one's wife.
Yeah.
Okay, and she thought she was married to the black sheep, and I thought I was married to the black sheep. So.
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway, but yeah, Robin was different. I mean, his brothers are just beer drinkers and.
Yeah.
Hoo-ha.
Yeah, NASCAR watchers.
Yeah,
I get it.
They go up fishing.
Airboats.
Fishing in Wisconsin every year. Fishing and.
Yeah, I get it.
They'll have the trailer homes to live in.
Yeah, mobile homes. Yeah, double wides.
But no, they live in houses. But they travel. They just tell me it's like when I travel, I want to stay in a hotel.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Where someone else comes
and
makes
does the bed.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
I'm the same way. Coffee stains off the counter,
yeah,
and someone picks up all the
I'm the same way.
I
don't like camping.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, me neither.
No.
Nope.
No. So anyway.
I mean, I wish I did be out in nature, but if I'll go out to nature and then go back to my 4-star hotel.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I know, really.
I love nature, but
I don't want to take my bath in a lake.
Yeah.
I want to shower.
Our first date.
I want a towel, not the wind.
Yeah.
I'm not a caveman.
Okay. No, our first date was a hike in Tallulah Falls, if you're familiar.
Yeah, I
with
am.
Okay, that was our first date.
Wow. How did you meet? There's another guy who needs a ticket.
Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
At church dinner.
Oh, church. Are you a Christian?
What?
You a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
Okay. Baptist?
No.
Okay. Church of Christ?
No.
Catholic?
No.
Which, independent?
No.
Non-denominational?
No.
Methodist?
Lutheran.
Okay, Lutheran. Okay.
Lutheran. Yeah, Lutheran. Ex-Catholic.
Yeah, you guys broke off. Protestants too.
Well, yeah, we broke off. Martin Luther is my hero.
He is.
He is my hero. Yes.
Martin Luther said the best enemy of religion, or the worst enemy of... Let me think about this. Yeah, the worst enemy of religion is reason. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I never did buy any of the Catholicism, but anyway, no, the thing is...
So you think you're going to heaven?
Huh?
You planning on heaven?
I believe in an afterlife of some sort.
But that's reincarnation, isn't it?
No, I believe there will be some kind of ethereal afterlife where I am connected mentally, spiritually with everybody else who's gone.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
But I don't
That's poetry.
Yeah.
It's abstract.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to be sitting around in white robes
No.
looking down at the earth or anything.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to know what I think.
What do you
I
think?
think we're just going to be nothing.
Oh, you need to get together with the editor of the newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Thank
what
you.
he thinks. Yeah, that's what he thinks.
I wish I thought otherwise, but I believe in science.
Well, I do too.
I mean, I don't put my tooth under a pillow if it falls out.
Are you familiar with Hugh Ross?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You read Hugh Ross?
I have, but I don't read him anymore.
Oh, why? You don't like his idea?
No,
of
I just got
proving
lots
God
to
through
read.
Well, but he proves God through
Well,
science.
not
Or at
really.
least he presents the argument.
You're familiar with Richard Dawkins?
Oh, yeah, he convinced you the other way.
Yeah, the other way.
That's
That's
the other
exactly
way,
right.
yeah.
That's
But,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it is. In order to say you're a Christian, you need to be both feet in. Christianity is a lifestyle and it's a belief. And if you're not both feet in and you don't really believe this, then you shouldn't be identifying yourself as a Christian. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I struggle with the virgin birth, walking on water, speaking in tongues,
Well, some of
burning
that,
bushes. Come on.
yeah, some of that.
But you can't pick and choose what either you're in or you're not. You believe the Bible was inspired by God. How about this? Here's a perfect one. Here's a perfect one.
Okay.
I think there's a biological basis for homosexuality. I don't think it's a bad habit.
They are proving that or coming
They
out
are,
with
but that's
their-
not what Sodom and Gomorrah says.
Well, that's true.
And that's what kind of turned me off on being a member. I mean, it's faith-based, right? Either you believe it or you don't. And I don't even want to say I don't believe it. I say I don't embrace it, which is different. I mean, I'm probably still going to hell either way, but not the worst part of it.
Oh, but you're not going anywhere because you don't believe in anything. So you'll not
Yeah,
worry
I'll tell you
about
what,
it. You'll just,
energy, thermodynamics. Your energy will transfer after decomposition.
We used to have, we have these scarecrow contests around here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
devil worship, isn't it?
No.
That's what the right-wingers think.
Well, I know the
Henry
words.
Perry Potter,
Oh,
yeah,
the
okay,
extreme,
yeah, right,
the
right.
extremists do, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, but here we don't. They're Baptists, but we still have scarecrow contests. Okay.
Interesting.
So for 2017, which was the 500th anniversary of the Reformation.
There's another guy who needs a ticket.
I know, he needs, oh my gosh, he needs two.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway,
So is it fun?
oh yeah, here was my entry into that was my scarecrow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, let me take a picture of that.
Okay.
That is an excellent choice.
I
You're a creative person.
I thought we should have at least gotten an honorable mention. The
Absolutely.
Thing
It's
is,
political. It's stupid.
well, it's here. Baptists never heard of Lutherans.
No, I know.
Really? They
You know the
haven't.
problem I have with Baptists, if it is true? Once saved, always saved. Come on.
Whatever the
No, they don't think once you're saved, you can lose your salvation. That's not true. Here's another one I struggle with.
No.
Well, I don't because I'm...
Doing fine.
Here's another one, deathbed repentance. You can't tell me you can go and blow up the Oklahoma government building, kill a bunch of women and kids, and then on your deathbed be saved. No way. That's...
I know. There's so many
It's
variations
insane.
that I don't even... I don't
Or like
even
somebody
argue.
kills your husband, and you're supposed to forgive him and give him a big hug. Not happening. That's why I'm not a
No.
Christian.
I have a friend who's a very devout Baptist. Her husband's a Baptist preacher.
Yeah.
Anyway, she says you have to be able to pinpoint the exact moment that you took Jesus Christ into your heart as your personal
Saved.
Savior. Yeah, or you're not saved.
Oh, speaking of that, just keep your thought. Baby baptism, stupid.
Well, right. Well, yeah, I know.
I can see why you left Catholicism.
Yeah.
Although the one thing that I'll give him credit for, it does give you a chance to establish godparents if the parents die.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Other than that,
You know.
confirmation makes sense. Baby baptism doesn't.
Yeah, it should. That's when
And
baptism
full
should be
immersion's
just-
stupid too. It's symbolic. It's not literal.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, my
Okay.
friend is still praying for me. I guess this was back.
Now, do you think?
This is 1993 was the last time I saw her because I
Uh-huh.
moved away.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I guess she's still praying for me. so.
You believe in prayer?
I believe it in as a form of solace. I mean, I don't pray to God to, what's that prayer? God grant me the peace
Yeah.
to accept what I can't
Yeah.
accept, change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah.
That's how I pray.
Okay.
That's how I pray.
All right.
I mean, you know, I had, yeah, like my son. I mean,
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I prayed God.
That's on your mind all the
I
time, I
prayed
bet.
a lot.
I believe it. I mean, really, sorry for this.
Yeah, I mean, my first son, he died at 16 in a car wreck, and
Oh my
bam,
God.
bam, he was dead, just like that.
See, but
God, why can't you do that with everybody? If you want us, go. Let us go like that. Why is my friend suffering with this brain cancer? You know, it's just, that's what I get angry with God.
Oh yeah, I know a guy. There's a guy down that runs. He's assistant manager of the Harbor Freight in Thompson. His daughter had a scholarship to Georgia and went swimming in the summer and got that amoeba that crawls in your ear up to your brain and died. Kills like 3 people in the whole country a year. He said he's not on speaking terms with God now. Here's my argument for Christianity, if it's true. The only thing that makes any sense is the afterlife. Now, if you're a Christian and you believe in this, you should be happy. The only sorrow should be your selfishness of not seeing them any longer. They're in a better place.
Yeah.
So if Christianity is true, I don't believe it in the here and now. I don't. I think it's nuts. I can give you examples till I run out of breath. But I do believe, if it's true, the afterlife, that daughter is in a good place now. They try telling that to a couple whose 18-year-old daughter isn't around anymore that died over something like that. Yeah. It's not right. It's hard to assimilate logic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if you and I both live to 100 and we're winning gold medals in the Olympics and we won the Powerball one week and the Mega Millions the next, now we're talking. But real life, you know, I just see, you know, it doesn't mean that when a 2-year-old baby drowns in the bathtub, I don't see any good in that. Right. I don't learn any lesson. The sorrow, the pain that the living endure. Yeah, no, it's not right. Yeah. I don't believe in it.
No.
I mean, I think, believe me, there's nobody more impressed with the earth than me. But that doesn't mean in the Immaculate Conception. I mean, that means that all Jews are going to hell if they don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Well,
yeah.
That's what
so it's the
yeah. But geez, it depends on the sect of Judaism.
No,
some believe
Jesus,
in an afterlife.
There are
some
Jews for Jesus, but those are like the black sheep of the Jews.
Yeah, but I mean, even Jews, they're more reformed. Some of them do. I mean, I talked to a rabbi about this. Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if I get religious, I'm going to be a Jew.
You're gonna be a Jew?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the way he put it, you know, they're just all these Jews waiting. They're just waiting in limbo, more or less.
Yeah, they are.
And then when Jesus comes again, they're all going to go to heaven. I don't. That's a rabbi said that. So
no, I know.
Don't argue with me.
But these rabbis are all well spoken and sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, down here you run into a minister on every corner.
You could.
Yeah, it drives me nuts, man. Big old plastic cross hanging from their chest.
Oh yeah.
It drives me nuts.
But they're all Baptists too.
They're Baptists, they are.
They are, yeah, the Baptist thing. But
I do like their enthusiasm during a service.
Oh my gosh.
I'd rather hear that than organs.
I went to an all-black service.
No, it's interesting though, isn't it?
Oh, it
it's
is.
cultural.
Well, the thing, yeah, right. Just how they really get into it. But this keynote speaker.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny. My date and I were the only white people in the whole audience.
Yeah, that's
huge.
good. No, I would like to have been there.
Anyway, but he acted out his sermon on tape and all that kind of thing. But yeah, but really, it was entertainment. It was just unbelievable.
No, it's entertainment. I agree.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
But,
so you still date?
Not exactly. Not exactly. This man in church who was 91 years old. Anyway, I mean, we already knew each other.
Yeah.
And sometime after my husband passed, he asked if he could take me to lunch. I said, okay, that'd be nice. And then we went to lunch again. And the next thing you know, we just hanging out together.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Is he still amongst the living?
No, he passed away a year ago.
I guess so.
No, I mean, at age 92.
Yeah, man. Well, I wouldn't look at that as negative because I had some old girlfriends when I was younger. I couldn't get rid of them. And if they died, I'd take care of it.
No, this was really kind of sad because the funny story with him, too, is that he was something weird happened. Whatever it was in the hospital. I don't know what exactly the weirdness was, but he thought he was going to get out. And he was so excited because then he was going to get his own handicap sticker, too.
Oh, so you're getting older.
I know, and he never did live long.
I'm just
chase.
No, you know, you get to this age, that's the name of the game. I
Yeah.
mean, you're running into people in the obituary column constantly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
be
yeah.
glad you got there, because a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, look at you. You're out getting around, having a nice conversation,
Yeah.
still mingling with people that write. This is what people hope to
Oh, do you write?
get to. Sort of. Not as much as I used to. I read a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed, like, with reading.
Yeah.
About
Well,
everything.
you like my book. Very
I'm
few.
gonna read it.
Very few of
Definitely
my
gonna read it.
columns are over 500 words. They're
Oh,
all
short stories.
short stories. Kind of like.
So you must have read Reader's Digest as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. It's
Yeah,
the
me
only
too.
magazine we got. But,
Yeah, it's a good one, though.
A friend said I was a cross between Irma Bombeck and Andy Rooney.
Oh, nice. So sarcastic a little bit.
Because I have my twists about things.
Hey, but you didn't finish on what you were saying about a connection between depression and poetry.
I think because my husband really was the black sheep of his family, I think that started the poetry then.
Yeah.
And okay, he said to me, because then he had all this poetry he wrote when he was married to his first wife.
Yeah.
And then after we were married, he wrote a couple of poems, a couple of romantic ones to me, but then I wrote romantic ones to him or whatever, silly ones too. But anyway, I said, Robin, you're not writing poetry anymore. He says, happy man doesn't write poetry.
Okay,
That's
bingo.
what he said, so
No,
that's
makes sense to
coming
me.
from a poet, but-
I mean, I don't think that's completely true, but
No,
there's
it's not
merit
right.
to it.
Well, there's different kinds of poetry because I write lyrics. I write Dr. Seuss poetry. Okay, when they have this every March, we celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday.
Yeah.
And anyway, I write this Dr. Seuss poem about, well, we have this big affair at the elementary school where doctors and businessmen and organizations of all kinds, have these little booths and they have little games for the kids to play.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost them a cent to do it. They just have to provide all their little trinky dinky prizes for the kids or whatever.
Right.
It is so awesome that the whole community.
When is that?
March 1st, March 3rd.
I'd like to check that out.
The first weekend in March every year.
Wow.
But it is such a huge thing. Well, I wrote a poem, it's been 2 years in a row, but it got to be the same people all the time. But I wrote a Dr. Seuss, have you heard of Dr. Seuss? Next week he'll be on the loose. And I did Dr. Seuss. And I incorporated the names of all of the merchants and doctors and everybody.
Yeah.
And they published in the newspaper. So I have a couple of my poems. So
Interesting.
Published. But yeah, I do silly stuff. I do silly things. But,
So at this stage of life, would you say you're fulfilled?
I have been.
Good.
I have been. Because people tell me to write another book. And it's like, I don't know if I...
No, you got...
I've done my...
No, you got better things to do.
And it took a lot to go through.
Better believe
I
it.
had 1,500 poems that I had written.
Unbelievable.
And I narrowed it down to 75. That was hard.
Yeah, I know. You're damn right it's hard.
Now I have 1,425, and I would have to go through them all again, and I don't feel like it.
So you find yourself like laying in bed thinking of things?
Oh yeah, find everything of things. Yeah.
Do you drink wine?
Oh yeah.
Do you think these trucks? Do you think alcohol? What is it? Do you think alcohol enhances or inhibits your creativity? I'm not talking about getting smashed. I'm talking about one glass of wine.
I just like a glass of wine with dinner.
But why do you like it?
I just like it.
The way it feels.
The way it feels.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
it
but
feels good.
I think it enhances things.
It probably does. I'm not.
But I can't quite figure out why.
I write letters to the editor. I would like to write a letter to the editor about this, but somebody will write, because the last time I wrote a letter about these trucks, somebody else wrote a counter.
You need to take it too. See, we're talking like old people now. We're sitting here and we're bitching about the noise.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're old.
But somebody wrote, and it said it's because of all those trucks and what they're carrying, but that's keeping our economy blooming, and you shouldn't be complaining about these trucks.
Yeah, well, keep it on. Go down the right road. We wouldn't be.
I know. There's the bypass down there.
Yeah.
That costs a lot of money. Don't they?
Yeah. No. Right.
Why aren't you using
No,
the
I think you should burn it.
So people would not want to go through here.
No, they're stupid.
I don't think
They're not reading the signs.
I don't think it's any shorter, and you have to stop for
They're not reading the signs.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've lived a good life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, since after adult life.
and did you just have one kid?
Well, 3 and a stepdaughter.
And the boy that died?
2 died.
2 died.
2 died.
And then there's one left? And is that a guy or a boy?
Boy.
And how's he doing?
He's still seeing a counselor, but he's lost his 2 brothers.
Oh, well, that's normal. I mean, a counselor makes sense of it.
Yeah, well, my husband and I talked about this. It's like, okay, we lost 2 sons.
Yeah.
But we have our mommy and daddy memories. Remember when the kids did this?
Yeah, right. No, it's true. That's different.
Remember, it's different, but he doesn't have any peer memories.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because
man.
even there was this kid, David, it was funny, his mother was the guidance counselor at the middle school. And
was she capable?
Huh?
Was she capable?
Well, I don't think so, because the thing is, at home, whatever his whole life, I mean, he lived in our bonus room for a while. I mean, because he couldn't stand living at home, but anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, he lives somewhere up in Virginia now. But my son does not have any childhood peers to remember things with.
Right. And here's another thing, too, I think that, gene expression, right? There's a predisposition on, you're going to get identical twins. They've done some interesting studies on. Same environment, and then ones that have been separated since birth, and they suffer the same problems, and they don't even know each other.
Yeah.
So genes are a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And out of 3 kids, you could have had one that just kind of, and I'm not knocking him, is a half full as opposed to a half full. He's a half empty person.
Mm-hmm.
They find like disdain and sorrow rather than the silver lining.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that, a half empty guy.
Yeah.
Kind of negatives.
Yeah. I have my down times.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, now that's a lot to go through, though. You lost 2 children early.
Yeah.
And I don't see any lesson in that, do you?
No, I don't think. Oh, God. Jesus. I went several. It's older people who said it to me, too. God is trying to teach you something.
I don't believe it.
I am so damn dumb that God has to take one of my kids away from me.
I agree. No, doesn't make any sense.
That's
stupid. They're stupid.
I know. I mean, people just do.
But you're supposed to be happy for them. They're just like a duck swimming in a pond. They just don't get it.
They don't get it.
The light bulb never came on, never will.
No.
It's the same people you see that running around preaching on corners. They don't have a clue what they believe in.
I know.
But there's another caveat to the whole thing. It doesn't matter. All they need to do is believe. I don't believe that. You need to understand this to believe in it.
Yeah, it's blind belief. I know. It's like, they talk about the spectrum with autism.
Yeah.
There's the
That's another
with religion.
No, absolutely true. No, but the autism spectrum's another can of worms. You tell me where it starts and where it ends. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. For 20 years I was a substitute teacher, and I did sub in some autism classes or whatever. So these kids, they're not dumb. They just see things in a different light. They see things differently.
Yeah, they see it differently.
My son, my surprise, he thinks that both of my husband and I are autistic because we're just.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm right down here on the spectrum, okay?
Yeah.
Because I have thought.
But that's an opinion. It's not an official diagnosis.
It's an official diagnosis. Now, he was officially diagnosed ADHD, so he can't.
I think I might have had that. When you get this age, though, it doesn't matter that you had it.
No.
Or if you had it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there are benefits to it. I know a lot of things because of it. Now, that doesn't bode too well on a biology test.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I made it through, and there are virtues to it all.
Yeah. When I first came here, I started volunteering out at Putnam Christian Outreach.
Yeah.
And we were in the back, sorting clothes or doing something, and I said something about being OCD, which I am.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that.
And
I'm like that with books.
Well, with some, I hope you are going to buy one of my books.
I am going to buy it.
Okay, well, I hope you do.
I will.
Anyway, because I wrote about my dyslexia in there, so,
Yeah, but
hear about
is
my
that
dyslexia.
self-proclaimed?
No.
You were diagnosed?
Dr. Smethurst, who was tutoring my dyslexic son at the time, he was a world-renowned reading expert.
Yeah, right.
I have his book.
Yeah.
One of his books, anyway.
Yeah.
He diagnosed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you disappointed?
No,
Were you disappointed?
No, it explained things.
Give me an example.
Okay, dyslexia. Okay, for example, I have expressed like at reading conferences and things where people say to the like with the kids, why can't they just remember that the B is like this and the D is like that? Why can't they just memorize that? I said because they don't see it. I said I cannot play tennis doubles. I can play tennis singles, okay? Because if the ball falls on the line or here or there, I just give it to the opponent. I said, okay, we're all right. But if I'm playing doubles, I don't want to screw my partner, okay? I, honest to God, cannot tell if it's really close to the line. I, honest to God, cannot tell you if it's the side of the line it's on. I can't.
No, I believe it. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah. No, I believe that.
It's up there in some other dimension, like Ross gets into a higher dimension.
Yeah, right.
I guess up there. What's the other thing? I showed up early. My husband and I went to a bar mitzvah. And I asked the mother, I said, is there anything I can do to help out? She says, oh, yeah. She says, I want you to put the name tags in alphabetical order. So I'm standing on this end of the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So I start here, and I start putting all the name tags out. And she looks at me. She gives me a really funny look, and then I said, look, you wanted me to do it in Hebrew, didn't you?
Interesting. Did she see the humor in it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
gotcha.
I couldn't tell. I mean, I really could not.
They're the chosen ones, the Jews.
What are the chosen ones? Oh, another one's 441. 441.
Yeah.
You see that over there? 441?
Yeah. Yep.
Probably 5 or 10% of the time when I give people directions, I tell them to go 144.
No, we are dyslexic then.
Dr. Smethurst said I am, so I.
Not all the time though.
No, but
you'd never get anywhere.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I was reading upside down. And the thing is, with being dyslexic, it just, there's a guy at our church, we have fun talking about all this kind of stuff because he's dyslexic, but anyway.
They shouldn't be banging that bell either. You can't have it both ways. We can't complain about trucks and then think the bell's okay.
The bells,
it's loud, it's noise.
It's only at noon. It's only at noon. Okay,
see, we're justifying it now because you like it. It's human behavior. But it's still noise. If you worked the midnight shift, you wouldn't like it.
Well, no, you wouldn't like it. But anyway, tradition.
Tradition, that's right.
Tradition.
Yeah.
What was I saying about? Oh, I know what it was. They were saying, like, if you're ambidextrous,
right,
and you can hit a baseball with both hands, you can hit a golf ball with either hand, or whatever, that is considered an asset. That's the ability.
Right, it is.
But if you can read forward, upside down, and backwards, that's a disability.
No, it's interesting. No, I know. Yeah.
I found when I was a preschool teacher, I found it was
assembling words too.
Yeah.
Like you say plate. Like Dick Cavett had that. And he could have you 6 things with those same letters.
Oh yeah, you could. Oh.
For me, it's plate, and that's the beginning and end of it all.
I don't have any. Oh, I'll have.
I forget what they call that.
I'll get there's some other kind of whatever. Yeah, but why does it have to be a disability? Why can't there be a
gift?
Because
well, I think if this, they say Elon Musk is autistic.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Did you ever hear of Temple Blonde?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Is she a lesbian?
I have no idea.
She looks like one.
Oh,
that's how I remember her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't care if she is.
But, no, I don't either.
But yeah, she got her PhD, I think.
Okay, I think she did.
Yeah. She's well received in writing about it. Yeah.
I don't think it's in my book. In one of the high schools where I was writing, I wrote a column about him. I wrote 2 columns about him because he was dyslexic and he was the valedictorian.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he would just say to all of those teachers, valedictorian. And then he went to Georgia Tech, and he went to some special program in Germany for geniuses or whatever. And then he went out and got some really fantastic jobs. So I read about him a second time. I said he was.
And how old would he be?
Autistic. Today, oh my gosh, he'd probably be the same age as my son. He'd be in his 40s today.
I wonder how he's doing.
I don't know. I tried looking.
Probably homeless, alcoholic.
I tried looking him up, but there were other people with his name, so I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah, I
figure out
got
which
you. Yeah,
one,
right. Yeah.
which one it was. But anyway, but yeah, I read about him.
Interesting.
So anyway, that would have been a good one to include, but there are a lot of good ones I could have included.
Yeah, editing's hard
Yeah, I know it's just hard.
because they're all good. Why would you get rid of them?
Well, you get rid of the ones like the fishing tournament at Bass Pro Shop. Or you get rid of the ones about the used book sale at the library on Saturday. I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
If they had the time, I mean, they're a lot. You're not going to do that in a book.
Yeah.
Because some of them were just informational things. Because
Do you think do you always need to be inspired, right?
it comes. It really just comes. Things just come to me.
Okay.
That's fine. My husband being a design engineer, I mean, it was like we could spend hours together. He'd be thinking about wires, I'd be thinking about words. He might be thinking some poetry, except he was happy married to me, so he wasn't thinking poetry anymore.
You wrote no. So you said you wrote romantic poems about each other,
Yeah, we did. That's a whole.
and then that was how far into the marriage?
Usually for anniversaries and stuff. But
Really?
that was soft. That was fluff. I mean, that wasn't his deep inner thinking, kind of his deep inner psyche coming out.
Okay. What was it then?
Just fun.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to understand, like, being romantic after being married 30 years.
Well, it's still a big romantic. Well, I mean, yeah, but poetry. Like I said, I write silly stuff. I write Dr. Seuss style poetry.
Yeah.
I write limericks for people. When my kids were in middle school, I was really involved as a volunteer, but I wrote limericks for all of my favorite teachers. Okay, here's my favorite. Elma McHugh was the drama teacher.
Uh-huh.
How do you be the drama teacher when you marry somebody named Nook C-U-E?
Right.
Okay? I often ponder and stew and wonder if anyone knew. If a Big Mac attack began the first act, would it be called a McHugh?
That's right. Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I write.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the kind of stuff I write. And that was my favorite. And I just thought, how in the world, of all the men in the whole world you could have married? And you're
I know. Yeah. It makes you wonder.
Your name's McHugh.
Yeah. Well, like I think sometimes, there's somebody winning the Powerball, let's say, and somebody else getting diagnosed with 4th-stage lung cancer. I mean, it's weird how the randomness.
Yeah.
It can't figure it out. There's no answer to it.
No.
I'm surprised I lived this long.
How long have you lived?
69.
Oh, 69.
I mean, and just if you, I remember thinking it was like 15, like being 60. It's just like, so this is what it's like. But you think as an individual, I'm still thinking the way I was the whole way through.
You're like 69. What about how strange to be suddenly 70?
Yeah, 70. Yeah. 70, I mean, it's not much difference.
No, but I mean,
yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel,
yeah.
Big deal, that one, so.
I like Simon and Garfunkel.
I love them. I saw them.
Paul Simon was the brains behind it, though.
Yeah.
Or Garfunkel.
Garfunkel was just there for...
He had a better voice, though.
Yeah. He harmonized.
Yeah, harmonized well, just like David Crosby.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were childhood buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grew up in the same.
Yeah, I don't think they get along now.
I know they had some kind of outing or something. I don't know. I don't keep up with Hollywood gossip.
No, me neither. I hate Hollywood. It's so boring.
Oh, I hate Hollywood too.
Can you imagine hanging out with those people? How boring.
No.
I mean, how do you get $20 million for being in a movie and you're...
I know.
I mean, Florence Nightingale, Mother Teresa, they got nothing.
No,
Look what they did.
Yeah, nothing. All these jobs with their million-dollar contracts.
Yeah.
Football players.
Yeah.
I guess football is baseball.
Yeah, all of them. Basketball.
Yeah.
But the argument against the you can fortify that by capitalism. I mean, that's why we got what we got, because of capitalism, man. That some of these nutty liberals think that profit is evil. It's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, this world is like, I'm glad I'm not like 25. These crazy people, stimulus money, free tuition.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, this business about forgiving college loans.
No way.
I worked
Yeah,
free.
and not only that, give them money after that. Just let them sit home and play video games.
When I worked at Georgia State, these kids not only got the college, I guess they were paying loans, anyway, but they actually were government spending money.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Because you get
It's
depressed,
insane.
demoralized if you can't go out.
Yeah,
and buy
no,
a
that's
beer,
it.
You know,
Yeah.
so we have to give you money.
Yeah,
for that,
no,
you know,
nuts.
I know. No, gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess
it
there
seems
were
like we just got.
there were scholarships and loans, but this was not.
No, but I know in Michigan they had a problem with that, where you got a bunch of people going to college, just never planning on graduating, never paying on anything back.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, forget that.
Oh, we had girls there whose husbands, whose fiancés were in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And they were just hanging out in college until their husbands got home, if they got home.
That's another thing too, man. The way they treat these servicemen, come back after doing that, irregardless if you liked it or you didn't, not paying their bills, getting evicted. What is wrong?
And you're putting these illegal immigrants in five-star hotels.
Thank you.
No, I don't get that.
And giving them spending money,
Yeah,
and blowing all the money out of the Medicaid pool,
Yeah.
and they're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I don't get that.
It's nuts. It's crazy. Well, thankfully, there's more people like us. No, because you're not nuts.
Yeah. But who is it that's making these laws to give all these people all these benefits?
Insane.